Hey guys, Scott from Bold Overland here for Toyota Knoxville. Today we're going to give you your off-road tip of the month. And what we got the 4Runner here. We're getting ready to go out on our big trip for this season out west, and we are going to pre-trip the vehicle. Just talk about things that we need to do as off-roaders and even as daily drivers, things that you want to look at to make sure that your vehicle is functioning properly. So first thing we do when we come up to our vehicles, we want to just do a quick walk around. And so I've already walked the other side, but now what we're looking at is we want to see, now typically you would do this on your driveway, you want to see if you have any pools of fluid, anything underneath the vehicle. A little condensation from the muffler is fine, but if you see red fluid, green fluid, blue fluid, something's leaking somewhere, and that's something that needs to be checked. Bring it to your local Toyota dealership, in this case Toyota Knoxville, and have the service guys give it a quick once over and make sure everything's good to go. All right, so one of the other things that we want to check on our vehicles is the tires. Not only the outside, but you also want to look at the inside of your tire. Make sure you don't have any cuts, bulges, anything that's going to make this tire not function in the way it's properly supposed to. Also, it's important to understand how much air you have in your tires. On the inside of our vehicles, you have a data sheet. It's right in the door frame. But those are for the tires that came on the vehicle. So if you change that tire, it's important to understand what pressures you're running. I'm running about 34. These are BFG KO2s. They're an all-terrain tire. It's the tire choice just because that's what we use to drive across country. It's good on most of the trails that we go on, and the longevity as well. So once I've checked the inside and the outside of these tires and I realize I want to repeat it on all of them at the same time. Also, I want to check the valve stems. It's important to check those just because if they're the ones that have the sensors in them, make sure that they're not loose, make sure that they're not cracked. But if they're the softer ones, the rubbery ones, make sure there's no holes in them, they're not loose and or cracked. All right, the other thing that you want to check on your tires is going to be the tread. You want to make sure that you still have plenty of tread depending on how far you're going, road conditions, trail conditions, what have you not. Also, it's important to check your suspension. You really want to make sure that if there's any aftermarket suspension on here or regular suspension, meaning from the factory, that everything is nice and tight, all the bolts are tight. What we do is when we have these installed, we put magic marker, permanent marker markings to show if the bolt has loosened up at all. And it's just a good way to keep an eye on your suspension. Also, you want to check your CV boots down here. You want to make sure that there are not any cracks, cuts, or anything in them that would cause damage to your CV axles. One of the other things that you want to check is both with the front and rear bumpers, and even if you have sliders or running boards on your vehicle, make sure that they're nice and tight. Move the vehicle back and forth. You get unnecessary movement or swaying. It's really important. And so we'd like to invite everybody to get out on the trails, get out and see America, and be safe. Just remember to pre-check your vehicle, and I would actually do it several times a month just to make sure everything is good to go. And we'll see you on the trail.